right, welcome back to Texplex Park here in Midlothian, Texas. This is round number 3 of Chasing the Triple, and a big one coming up here. Back in the booth with me, Jake Kosmecki, and we are getting ready for the Pro Stock main event. And they're actually off and running, Jake, but this is a big one because the champion of this class is going to take home a YXZ 1000 courtesy of Yamaha. And we got two guys really in the running for it, Scott WASZ and Rodney VanEperen. And Jake, back in the booth with us, talk to me about these two and the battle they're going to have here in this final Pro Stock race.
I think they're going to put on one heck of a battle. I watched them at Lena when we ran there in March, and they put on a good show. And they don't really run against each other in the other series we run, because Scott runs Pro Stock and Rodney runs Pro Mod, so they never really get the chance to run against each other until now. But I think it's going to be a good show.
So it looks like they started 1 and 2 together there. As you can see, Scott's that first car and Rodney that second YXZ there. And like I said, they're battling it out for a chance to win a YXZ 1000. What do you think of that?
It's pretty cool. And the winner of this race between those two is going to win the championship, so you got to watch that.
Absolutely. So it's going to come down to who pulls this off. If they pull it off, we've seen a lot of DNFs throughout the day today, and you had one yourself earlier today. So, you know, anything can happen, as you've been telling us.
Yep. We got Zach Zakowski right here in the 90. Jeremy Houle, 54.
All right, so the rundown. We got Scott WASZ, Rodney VanEperen, Zach Zakowski, Jeremy Houle, Blake Enloe should be in here, Thomas Blanton, Blake Gustin, Jeremy Wallis, Gage Hughes, Brian Hiding, and Kylar Holcomb, all in this Pro Stock side-by-side main event. Brought to you by Yamaha, designers and engineers and manufacturers of ATVs and side-by-side vehicles with real-world tough, fueling your off-road passion with superior capability, comfort, and confidence to realize your adventure, no matter what it may be. Our side-by-side and full-size ATVs are proudly assembled in the USA at our state-of-the-art facility in Noonan, Georgia, built real-world tough. That is Yamaha and the YXZ 1000. A lot of these drivers in the YXZ. And Scott and Rodney battling for that championship here. There's the 99.
Blake and Thomas. Surprised these guys in Pro Stock didn't give themselves a little more of a gap.
Sure.
Kind of close to each other.
So I mean, you probably have that energy when you see the first few guys go. You probably want to kind of, you know, stick with them, even though you shouldn't. You probably mentally, you're probably like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably like get out of their mind that it's a timed race.
Correct.
And so like they're trying to race each other.
There you go.
But they're on their own clock.
So let's look back also at our Facebook chat and remind you guys to log in and say hi and check in with us. Kurt says, welcome back to the booth, Jake. Jordan said, good job to Ben. Ben was in the booth with us here just a little bit ago, as well as Barbara said that must be a relative there. Yeah, he did great on the interview at the podium. So back to racing here, our Pro Stock side-by-side final, and they're just getting rolling here.
Got Blake and Jeremy.
There you go. It's getting warm, isn't it? We just came back, had a little lunch, and coming back, and I'm sweating, where earlier today I was not. I was pretty comfortable, and it's a little bit hotter.
Yeah, these guys are going to be sweating in that car. They're going to get tired real quick.
Sure, good
because
call.
The ruts just keep getting deeper. We had Pro Mod go. The ruts are going to be deep. Track's going to be unforgiving.
I hear a few more cars off and running, so it looks like they're sending 2 at a time. Like I said, Zakowski out there, Houle, Blake Enloe, Thomas Blanton, Blake Gustin, and Jeremy Wallis. And I would imagine that was Gage and Brian, maybe Kylar, that just took off as well, so we'll see here momentarily. Do you think the track's getting pretty chewed up and worn out?
Yeah, definitely.
That dust is a little thicker, isn't it? It's kind of hovering a little more than it was earlier today. I wonder if that wind has died down. Let's look at some of those flags. It looks like the wind is still nice little gust.
Brian's running that car that Matt Zeiler ran in Pro Mod.
Okay.
Running in Pro Stock right now.
Look at that. That red and silver YXZ, and then you got the Polaris out there as well, that number 12. Did he change his number? Yeah, he did. There you go. So did you talk to any of your competitors in your class, or did you cruise around the pits, and what's going on back in the pits? What's happening back out there?
There's a lot of tech going on right now. The Yamaha.
Noticed that. That's where I had lunch, and I saw a lot of stuff going on over there. So why do you think? Because what's your call on that?
The other series we run doesn't really do tech, so like most people cheat and then they won't like change anything. So our head tech guy, Devin, CJ's crew chief, he likes to tech things.
Do you think we're gonna see some penalties?
Maybe. There's always a chance of that.
Interesting. So we probably, I don't know if we'll know here on the live feed, but we'll definitely know later on this evening in our rewards banquet that's going to happen on here on the property later on this evening. We'll get some wind on that. Someone's...
You got the last car right here, Kylar.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it looks like he's taking a little easy, but now he picks it up and gets it rolling. Cool. You know all these guys personally? Most of them?
Most of them.
Coming up next at 2:30 is going to be our Texplex GP class. And we're going to talk to a couple of those guys going to come in the booth as well. It's kind of more of a local race for them, that Texplex GP Classic. And some of the local guys, if they don't want to race this side-by-side sports series, they can still race today on the track. We'll give them a shot. That'll be at 2:30, and we will televise that as well. So stick around for that one. Make sure you share the feed, guys. Thanks for logging in. Tom says, let's go Scott. Mike Miller, they're just chatting between themselves. So say hi to us. Tell us where you're from and who you're cheering on and what's going on out there. All right, so most of the guys are off and running. Let's see if we see any Scott or Rodney coming at us and coming out of the trails there back there and see what's going on back there.
Got our leader right here, Rodney, coming through. And did a shot.
There you go. That's what we were looking for. So Rodney,
he's fast. I'm gonna be watching him all the race.
but didn't Scott start ahead of him?
No, I think Rodney pulled him on the start. I wonder what that guy did. I wonder what that guy is doing standing there.
Right. He said, I want to get out up close.
That turn right there is hard. Off camber, you're going downhill.
Sure. And the dust is flying now, isn't it? Look at that. This is going to be a messy one.
Josh Bear's car's still laying there.
I saw it. Get that thing out of there one of these times. All right, here we go to Monster Alley as it come down the hill.
Rodney built that car just for this series, so
really
glad to see it's running good. Taking a little shortcut, coming in a tight section. That turn right there is getting rough.
So tight in there.
Yeah.
All right, so our first car through, it's Rodney VanEperen. I saw Scott in the back there, just a little bit behind him. See Scott here in a minute. It's Rodney in the Power Sports 1 Yamaha ride, and he's got a slew of sponsors with Yamalu, GYTR, and all the people that help him out. Son Owen Racing as well, so he's going to head into the pit. See if we can catch Scott coming through that next section as well. Castlex track cam, pit cam.
Scott just entered the pit now. Got Rodney coming up.
How did he catch him so quick? Or did Rodney take his full minute there?
No. It looks really close on pit road, but Rodney will get going before Scott, so he's going to get the gap he gained.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Because
You're on it today.
Rodney had to go slower before Scott did, so Scott closed some gap, but now he'll go the normal speed before Scott gets there. See, now he'll be back on throttle, and Scott's still going 15.
Sure.
So he'll gain whatever he just lost back, maybe then some. Oh, he's sending it.
Yeah, he is. Rodney here coming through lap number 1 through the Yamaha rollers here for the first time, and we'll see what his lap time is. The same with Scott. Did come through, and then we'll go back to some other cameras and see some other guys as well. So he comes around the Toyota Tundra tabletop here. His first lap, 11 minutes flat. Look at that.
Scott
Ooh,
looks like he's got
see
his
that
foot
front end?
going up.
Yeah, something's flying off of Scott's already. Oh, he's got a bunch of stuff going on there in the front.
That won't affect his vision.
Okay. He put 11:10 in, so about 10 seconds. That's weird. Sure didn't seem like it.
Rodney's on it right now. Oh, he's off the track.
Oh, sure. Oh. Uh-oh.
He's
Is he
trying
off
to
the
find
track, or is he trying to get on?
There we go.
There you go. So he made a little mistake. Is that going to be
That's going to cost.
10 seconds mistake enough for Scott to close in?
Luckily, he did on the second lap, so he's got time to gain it.
Good call. I like it. There's Scott right there.
Look at how much time Scott gained right there.
Sure
Huge
did.
mistake by Rodney.
I almost feel like he didn't know right where he was. He was trying to figure it back out. So these are our 2 leaders. Let's see some of the other guys
Here
here.
comes Zakowski.
Is that who that was? Zakowski coming through. Oh, look at Zach's time.
Zach bumping up to the
10:48.
lead.
Jeremy Houle, 10:51. 10, 12 seconds there on Rodney
Cruising.
and Scott. Where's Zach in the points here coming in? He's 4th coming in, but he's a ways off. Even if he won, that would be, I don't know if he could even pull it off. 25 would be 70. He couldn't even pull it off. He could get second if something happened crazy, but.
Got Blake Griffin here. Arctic Cat. That thing's loud. Looks smooth.
He heads towards that pit area as well. Slows her down. All the rest of the guys should be coming through here. Who do we got here?
Zakowski, he's looking good.
Yeah. I'd say 10-minute, 48-second first lap. He knows these guys. He knows each and every one of them just by the color. Probably how they drive too. You can probably tell how their style of driving, right?
Yep.
Let's go to the chat. Eric says, Zakowski Motorsports, woohoo. Pro stock is up now. As a driver that has ran this track earlier, what's the most challenging part of the track, says Jordan? What's the most challenging part?
The wood section, definitely.
Yeah, the part we're really not seeing on camera. We get a light little clip of it, but not full of it. So what's challenging about it? What's the hard parts about it?
The ruts are so deep, so there's really nowhere else to go but in the ruts. So like hit your car against the rut and just like smash your body.
Sure, throws you around.
And like you're only like a couple feet from trees, so if you make a little mistake, you're gonna hit one.
How do you know that?
I did that.
You hit one earlier today. Oh boy. Come to a complete stop when you hit it?
Yep. 40-0. Like
Jeez. So there you go, Jordan. Jake is on it, and he raced the first race of the day earlier today, and he was doing well and flipped that tree. So great question, Jordan. Appreciate it, and you guys can keep asking questions. Jake, like I said, has been out on the track with us earlier today, and here we go towards our Monster Alley.
Comes Kylar.
Our Castle X track cam on the downhill. You can kind of see those ruts that you're talking about. as the two wheels just fit right in those ruts, and there's not much you can do to the side of it. And you say this section is pretty tough, huh?
Yeah, watch this car right here. Oh.
Boom.
He's looking smooth. See what he puts down for a lap.
So who else has come through? Blake Gustin had 11 minutes, 12 seconds. Scott WASZ, we talked about him. Jeremy Walls, 11:20. Blake Enloe, someone just kept through. Zeiler with 11:02, so he's in the mix. Thomas Blanton with 11:44.
Zeiler just ran this track in Pramod, so with the same car actually, so he knows what's going on out there.
Okay, there you go.
He's keeping up with the changes. I think he's the only one running back to back.
I believe so. He's going to head into that pit area as well, so we will cruise in and we'll go see some other guys driving. Here's
Matt Zeiler in 12.
Yep. He's going to head towards the
It's in 4th right now, the big tabletop. This section's fun right here. Hold it wide open, hit this jump, go onto the berm. Hit this jump, come up to the berm. Just rail it.
Yes, sir, and then back off into the woods. So right now, Zakowski with the 10:48. Jeremy Houle, good ride, 10:51. Rodney VanEperen, 11, and Zeiler, 11:02. Scott WASZ, 11:10. So the two that are battling out for the championship here in 3rd and 5th, respectively. Here, this is only they're beginning lap number 2 right now. So got a long one ahead of us here, Jake, and I want to thank all of our sponsors. We haven't gone through all of them today, but definitely want to thank a ton of our sponsors that have promoted our event throughout the series, including Monster Energy, Chasing the Triple, Toyota, the official truck of the series, and Yamaha, the official pace vehicle. Maxxis is our official tire, and Castle X is our official apparel. We also want to thank Truck Country, Race Driven, Moto Race Tire, and Fuel Off-Road, some of our sponsors here at Chasing the Triple. We're at round number 3 here. Texplex Park in Midlothian, Texas, just south, 40 minutes or so south of Dallas-Fort Worth area, and a nice little facility here. We're going to talk to Billy Champion a little bit later, one of the co-owners here of the event. He's going to come visit us. I talked to him briefly earlier. He's also going to run that Texplex GP class. So he wants to race out in that and come and hang in the booth here with us and tell us about some events and future stuff that's going on here at Texplex. Talk to him. But anything up on the track? Anything you see? Anything happening yet here on lap number 2?
No, not much.
They're going at it.
Yeah.
They are racing in the back. So see Zakowski, Houle, VanEperen, Zeiler, and WASZ come around. Who is where and who's doing what?
Curious to see how much that mistake by Rodney's going to hurt him this lap.
Good point. He made a huge off-track excursion right in front of our cameras there, and Scott closed in. But what's that going to do for his time? Plus, what if he makes any more mistakes this lap as well? We've seen a bunch of crazy stuff happen throughout the day today. So, cross-country guys may have the advantage in the tight stuff, says Eric. That's definitely true. But then you get into the the stadium truck area, or the stadium part of the short course, I should say, and it's a little faster section, so maybe make up time in that section. Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, that section you just gotta be smart.
Ooh, came close to the fences there, huh? Those gates.
Yeah, that was Kylar. See if we can find Rodney coming out of the pits. Oh, there's Brandon Rohde.
All right, coming down the Monster Alley. Who do we got here?
Rodney. He'll take the shortcut for sure. Yep.
There it is.
That turn right there is getting rough. Turn he just went through, he got on the bike right there.
So chewed up. So couldn't you go even outside of that more, or is there a tree? What's
No,
over
it's
there?
only 1 car wide,
Okay.
so you're either in the ruts or you're blowing the turn. Curious to see why Rodney doesn't take that a little wider to carry some more speed into that section.
Maybe just being safe coming in there. All right, he heads towards the pits for completion of lap number 2. Let's see where he's at on the times, even though he's first car through on our clocks. He's 3rd. Let's see here in about a minute where he's really at. There's Scott, right?
Yep.
Scott WASZ hanging out here in the studio earlier today, and he's pretty focused. He really wants to take home that YXE 1000. Dirt Syndicate driver there, and he says he's been preparing for this event. So I don't know how you can prepare much for it up in Wisconsin with these conditions. Here we got some guys closing in now too.
He's actually from Illinois, but same thing.
I know. Lives actually pretty close to me.
Here's Jeremy Houle, 54, Arctic Cat, Extra.
And Jeremy's been in the mix at some of our other rounds. Let's see, he got a 3rd at or a 2nd at round 2 at Dirt City, and maybe a 4th as well. So he had a good day there. He had a tough time on the ice back in January. All right, here comes Rodney through the Yamaha rollers once again and towards our timing loop here for lap number 2 over the Toyota Tundra tabletop. Here we go.
Gotta see how much time he loses
All
there.
right, let's see it.
10:54.
So, 54, what was this first lap? 48, right? Wasn't it?
11 flat.
11 flat, you're right. So, 6 quicker. He got a little bit quicker. That's weird. Okay.
There's Scott.
He came across with 11:06. Interesting.
Comes Zakowski. This will be a good lap, looks like.
Good, huh?
10:44.
Ooh.
He's cruising right now.
Yes, sir.
Who will be behind him?
Oh,
10:38.
10:38, so he breaks it fastest lap. Lap number 2, Jeremy Houle. Wow, he's going for it, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Railing.
That right there is what you need to do in that turn.
Yep.
Get up on the berm. Hold it full throttle.
I like it. Looks good doing it too. So Zeiler, we still waiting for Zeiler, Blake, Jeremy, some of those guys to come through. Zeiler should be next. He's on the having a good pace as well, so we'll see. Is this him here? Oh, it's Jeremy.
Jeremy's looking smooth right now, right in the berms. Closing up time. Set the fast lap.
Yep. By 6 seconds.
10 over third.
Look at that. Let's see, what did we say he was at point coming in? He was in 5th with 43 points. So at best, I think he could even pull off a 2nd, maybe a 3rd overall in the series. If, well, it depends what, it's gonna, a lot of things are gonna change. Our 3rd place coming in, Jake Lunderby is not here. He had 63 points. With a 2nd, 3rd, a 4th, and he was pretty good. Any idea on Jake? What?
Yeah, he lives by me. I asked him. He said he had to work at his other job. Boss
Wow.
wouldn't let him off, so I guess he didn't decide to make the trip.
Interesting, interesting.
And he just had a kid, so.
Okay. He's out of this one, but had a good run coming up until here.
Got Matt back in camera. race-driven players subbing for this race.
Yeah. What happened there? So what do you think happened with him or with Brian, I should say?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Blake Enloe coming around.
In the Toyota Tundra tabletop here, and let's check his lap. 11:34, not too bad. Was everyone? We're still waiting for for Matt Zeiler to come through.
Here, oh nope, that's who's that? That's Blake. Yeah. Blake, that's Jeremy right there. 614.
Yep.
Rival Motorsport. He does woods racing too, so.
And he came across with 11:08. Where's Zeiler at? What am I missing on that one? Where'd he go?
Should be coming around.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear him.
There you go. Yeah, I do too, right behind us. Yes. Good call. Let's keep an eye on Zeiler. He's in that section right near our trailer here. Gonna come up on us in a moment. That should be coming across. Okay, we're gonna find him right here, right in front of us. There you go.
11:15.
Yeah, not bad. Just a little bit off, but
Probably still tired from the first race.
yeah, there you go. Right. If you guys doing both.
Curious to see if that car holds up. This track is brutal on the cars.
Yeah, and they got four more laps to go, so some time left in this one. This is the Pro Stock main event presented by Yamaha, and battling out for the chance to win a YXZ 1000. The champion's going to take it home. Scott Wazak's in the hunt. Rodney VanEperen. Maybe. I don't think Zakowski. Let's do that math. There's no way he could pull that off. He could get second, but Zakowski could not take it home. So for the YXZ 1000, it's between Scott Waz, I should say, and Rodney VanEperen. Joshua says Houle for the win, and Eric says make a prediction on who's going to win this. What do you think?
I think Zakowski's going to win.
He does look good, doesn't he?
Those Textrons start out good, but then they usually fade at the end. So.
Okay. All right.
Got Gage coming in the shot right now.
Gage Hughes in the 945 going to come across. Let's see what he does. 11 minutes, 47 seconds. Rails the outside of that turn. Pretty cool. Red and silver YXZ. Don't see a ton of those out there. That was a special edition a couple, 2 years ago or so. All right, now how about Rodney, Waz, Zakowski, and Houle? We should be kind of coming back out of the cross-country section, I would imagine, towards us again. Nice run for Jeremy, says Scott Waters.
Kylar with 11:36. Comes Rodney back in the shot.
There you go. Here's our leader on the track, not necessarily by time. He looks like he's third by time right now. right, we got a fill in here. Luke Stubbs cruising in our studio as well and going to help us out for some of this pro stock final. And Luke, welcome to the booth.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fun course out there.
Did you get to drive?
Definitely a lot of different terrain. Yeah, I had a half a lap earlier in the pro mod.
And
had a little incident on the track.
Did you? So what happened?
Just caught a rut weird, and I got pushed into the wall and back and forth, and it banged up the car pretty good. So we stopped there.
We've been talking about that a lot, how rough it is. And uh-oh, who's this here? Someone with an issue.
Maybe Thomas BLANTON.
Possibly, yeah. So you're with Beyond Redline, and like I said, we've been talking about the ruts and how rough it is and all that. A lot of guys having trouble with the track because it is so different, so rough.
Oh man, yeah, the dried out riverbed is pretty brutal. The ruts down there are getting pretty deep, and you drag almost the whole way through the belly of the car, unless you have a ton of ride height. But even with a lot of ride height, it's still dragging.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. Here comes WASZ.
Yeah, he's got something up with something on his hood or something.
Yeah, it's been flying that like that for this whole lap. We saw it when he came through here, the short course section, but it hasn't broken off, and it's probably not disturbing him too much. So that is flying around. But all right, so Rodney should be in the pits, coming out. We'll keep an eye on our times as Scott's kind of pulling in the pits now.
Rod may be getting fuel this lap by.
Okay. Could be. Go to our pit cam here in a minute, see what's going on out there.
That points race between Rod and Scott is real tight.
Two points coming in.
But basically, Rod has to win this in order to have a chance.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Or a big miscue by Scott there, so. All right, they should be coming towards the short course section here. Let's check our chat. Anything going on there? And not much, a little quiet as they're watching the race with us. So say hi, tell us where you're from, and cheer on some of your favorite racers. All right, so Luke, tell me about Beyond Redline or some of the other stuff you got. What else you got going on?
Oh, Beyond Redline's a full-service automotive shop. The side shoe to that is the Dirt Launch Power Sports brand, which basically started out in Yamaha. Branched out a little bit more. We're doing a few parts for Can-Ams now, but you know, Yamaha's been our bread and butter for the power sports side, for the UTV side. We help out, you know, the Greaves, Rodney VanEperen and his son Owen, plus a whole host of other Yamahas throughout all the short course racing, and the King of Hammers stuff.
Yep.
So
that was Rodney there a second ago as he came over the finish. Let's check his time. 11:39, so he about a minute, like you said, yeah, about a minute that pit stop there. Maybe got some gas or something, but he dropped because of that a little bit. Scott comes across with 11:26, so a similar time. Here's a different track cam. We haven't seen much of this. The Fuel off-road track cam looks like they got that up and running now. And Zach Zakowski, still waiting for him to come across. Jeremy Houle. Zeiler, some of those. Oh, Houle did come across with a 10:51. We didn't catch that, so he came across 10:51 is a pretty good time there on lap number 3. So a few guys have crossed, and coming up next should be Zakowski, I believe, as they come down the Monster Alley there. How's that section there? Is that fun?
That's a fun site. The whole track is really fun, but man, there's just, you got to really pay attention when you're out there because it's really easy to miss something.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. Yeah, it's this corner here. I mean, it just looks like it keeps getting deeper and deeper off to the. They turn left here to the right there.
Yeah, you can see the off camber of the cars. Wow. There's a spot in the river bottom like that too, where it goes, where it twists the car way up in the air on one side.
There's Blake Gustin came through. Here's our Fuel off-road track cam. Haven't seen that much today. All right, who else is coming across? Houle with 10:51, nice. That came across 11:39, so it looks like he did his minute pit stop as well. And someone is broke down. Uh-oh.
Well, That's
that
WASZ.
Scott?
Yeah, that's
It
Scott
sure
WASZ, yeah.
is. Oh boy. And he's still in the short course section here, so something going on there with Scott. That is going to mix things up. Oh, he's got to be pounding the steering. Oh, he got it going, so something got it running again. Is he really?
Zakowski's coming up.
Oh,
yeah.
Going on.
He just got off the track.
Oh no. Scott was in here earlier and he was really looking forward to this. Something with Scott WASZ there. Happened here on lap number 3. Now maybe we'll talk to him later and see what's going on. And I don't know if he's going to have time to fix that issue and get her going. Probably not, but well, now he's going.
Back under power, yeah.
That's him there on the track, so.
Almost looks like maybe something in the front end, or.
You think? Or maybe that front piece, maybe that was bought, who knows. He's going again, so. All right, let's see who else has come across. Same guys. We're waiting for Blake now. We're waiting for Jeremy Walls. There's WASZ.
Yeah. Oh no, that's Kylar Holcomb.
There you go.
Oh, yep. No, that's not WASZ.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Jeff Spranick says, is time in the pits for gas service included in the lap times? Yes, sir. Yes, it is for the overall event and the lap time. Yes. Here's our Texplex track cam coming down the hill. Everyone tells me this section probably the tough part is some of the toughest on the track. Look at this thing.
Yeah, look at the off camber there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's starting to get really rutted out.
I'd say. I don't remember that sideways earlier before, so. We have some guys crossing the finish here momentarily. I hear them to our side, and that was, as they come across, that was Blake Gustin with a 12-minute 12 seconds. Probably did his pit as well.
Mandatory 1-minute pit.
Correct, yep. Zeiler with 11:18, good lap.
He did well in the Pro Mod too.
That's right. Good lap there, not bad. This is the Pro Stock main event presented by Yamaha, and Luke Stubbs here in the booth with me, and about halfway through this Pro Stock final, and currently Houle, VanEperen, Jeremy Walls, and Zeiler all have come through, and that's our top 4 as currently Zakowski and WASZ. WASZ had a little off-track excursion and then was broken down. We'll see what happens this lap. And WASZ and VanEperen battling it out for a new Yamaha YXZ 1000 for the championship, not just this race here, but the overall championship. So those two having a good battle, and right now Rodney's sitting pretty with 11:39. That last lap was fastest 10:54, so fastest on the track was Jeremy Houle with a 10:38. Leading it currently. And it's getting tore up out there at dusk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's starting to get the dust. The dust is a real challenge as a driver when you get caught in behind that, especially with how technical some of the course areas are.
Right.
It's easy to miss something with all that dust.
Correct, yeah, just miss a little rut or a corner or something like that. Dawn says, Jeremy, time to kick it in high gear. Where is Jeremy? He's in 3rd. Yeah, he's sitting pretty good right now. So did you get to do all of the series, all 3 rounds?
Yeah, did the ice race, then did the Lena race, and came down to Texas.
How about it, huh? Did you drive down?
Yeah, drove down. It was a kind of a miserable drive. Some of those highways got pretty rough, and it was a longer drive coming from Green Bay.
Sure.
But it was worth it. Came down, got out of the rainy weather that we had back home.
Correct. Yep. Yep. Pretty nice. A warm, windy one today, and here comes Oh, that is Kylar, right?
That's Kylar, yeah.
Yep. Going across for his third lap. We'll see what his time is.
So it looks like Rod might challenge Houle for if he can keep on that pace, because if that's a 11:39 minus a minute for his, he might come in. See what his next lap is.
All right, Kylar comes across here, the Toyota tabletop, and he has a... That was Gage. Gage actually had a 12-minute 40. Sports 1 rooting on Rodney. All right. So we're still waiting. The only one is Kylar to come across. Oh, out. He's out. 99 is out there, so something happened with Kylar. We missed that, but he is off and out of this one. All right, to our Monster Alley downhill, the Castle X track cam. Rodney coming by here. He is on lap number 4. Pretty good today, huh?
Yeah.
How about Owen, his son?
Yeah, he did real well. They had that bottle up in the final lap of the Sportsman.
Right. He's just kind of drifting through these corners and throwing around. Looks pretty comfortable. We'll see what this time is here in a minute or two. Heads towards that pit.
I had a chance to talk with Rod right before he went out. He was pretty relaxed and ready to go after it. Ready to get this done.
Sure. Cool. Good. I saw him early this morning when no one was on the podium there, but seen him since. But he is ready to go. A lot on the line here. That Yamaha YXZ 1000 to the overall champion. And that Scott there sure looks like it.
Yeah, he's back under power.
He is, so we'll see if that lap is flapping around or what's going. Why did he pull off? We need to find out why he pulled off the side of the track there. Fuel track cam high above. Still flapping around, so that's not what he stopped for. Still going out, so it's Jeremy Houle with the 10:51 that last lap. Rodney VanEperen, Jeremy Walls, Matt Zeiler is top 4 as they come down the Monster Alley. This is might be the WASZ or no?
Can't tell.
I think so.
Looks like him. Yeah, that's WASZ.
Yep, there you go. Time on this lap's definitely going to be affected there. I see Rodney coming, Rodney came through with a 10:35. Wow. Fastest lap of the race of anyone.
Ooh, came through at 10:38.
10:38, so he's still leading. Rodney's closing in though. Interested to see what this lap will be for WASZ here. I'm really curious of what happened there on that lap when he pulled over to the side.
Yeah, usually when you're pulling over the side in one of these things, you can't continue on.
Right, you're generally done, right?
Yeah, you're generally done.
This is the Pro Stock Final presented by Yamaha here at Texplex Park. This is round number 3 of chasing the triple. Side-by-side sport putting this on, and we've been up in the ice up in northern Wisconsin, and we raced at Dirt City in Lena, Wisconsin, just outside of Green Bay. Now we come down to Texas here for our final round in totally different conditions. And Luke Stubbs here in the booth with me, and a couple laps left here. And our Pro Stock presented by Yamaha. So a lot going on today. We've had a bunch of classes, and we still got our Texplex GP class kind of for some of the local guys, and for them coming up at 2:30. Or how some of those guys are going to do on these rough sections, huh?
Oh man, if their car's not set up for it, it's going to beat the snot out of them.
Wow. All right, so Wallis coming through. Let's see, he's 4th on our timing. Set 11:07 last time around. He heads towards the pits, and we'll see if one's ahead of him here in our short course section here in a moment. Zeiler, don't wait for him. So WASZ is still not come across yet, so that's interesting.
I think he might take into the mandatory pit.
There you go. Okay, could be in there right now. We did see him, didn't we? Yeah, we saw him come through, and someone way out there broke down and getting out of the car. Who do we got here?
No, I don't. That's broke down.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Scott WASZ there in our camera. He's doing something to the back of that thing. I kind of don't think it is either, but my spotter Jake telling me that is. Oh, okay, so we're hearing Scott WASZ had a short pit stop, so that might be. But who do we got broke down here? Trying to figure out that, who could that be?
Can't quite make out the number.
Zeiler.
That's Zeiler?
I'm trying to figure out. Looks like Polaris. Yeah, I don't know.
It does look like a Polaris, but I didn't think that was Zeiler's car.
I don't either. He's getting back. Was getting back in. Well, we'll figure it out who it is in a minute. All right, back on at 6:14. Off Jeremy Wallis coming by here. Oh, that was the number. That was number 12 that we're being told that what broke down of. That was Zeiler. Okay, that makes sense now. But he's rolling again, is what we're being told by a spotter. So that was Zeiler. So I'm working on that thing out in the middle of the property, huh?
That's a brutal place to be. It's hot. The car's hot. You got traffic you got to worry about coming at you. Is that Thomas Blanton back there, probably?
Yeah, the 959. Yep, that's Blanton coming by. Walls came through as well with 11:03. And Blanton 11:36. So currently it's still Houle with the lead. VanEperen, Zakowski, and Walls. They should be coming towards us pretty soon out of the cross-country section. I would think they should be coming at us. Probably all 4 of those guys should be in our sight here momentarily, or coming out of the pits or something. We'll see. I hear someone behind us, so.
Zach Zakowski's got the GNCC experience to help him.
All right, through that section, there you go. Coming across.
That's Ben now. Blake Enloe.
Yeah, with a 13:04 on that one. Ripping it up. Like, got a couple guys. Zeiler, Blake, Gustin, Kylar all having troubles out there. That is Gage Hughes coming at us. He's still rolling. He's going to pass a few guys because these guys are breaking down now, left and right, with just a couple of laps to go. You know, cruise out to the banquet tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, that's
should be pretty fun. See
sounds
what
like a good
any
time.
surprises or what's going to go on down there tonight. Not sure about that, but we'll be cruising out there. Should be fun.
Watch some of the champions get crowned.
Correct. All right, so Hughes pulling in. Another guy. Is that Zeiler again?
Looks like
That
Zeiler.
does, doesn't
yeah.
it? Something going on there. He's having issues. That's not good for him. And that number 12.
That Rod coming
I
up.
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rodney having a great race here. There's that. Is that Houle behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, he got get around? No.
No.
Houle's catching up. is
Yeah,
what it
Houle's
is. There you
catching
go.
up, yeah.
This is the one we're watching right here, Rodney VanEperen. That Power Sports 1 ride. That is the. Yeah, Zeiler. Figure out what's going on. Maybe he doesn't know. He's trying to figure it out there. So what do you? I mean, what's he looking for? Some broken pieces, or what do you do in that situation there? So you get out of your car there and you're checking out what are you actually looking for?
It all really depends. Sometimes there's weird noises that come from the engine. Sometimes there's rocks caught in the suspension. It all depends. I mean, it looks like he was back in the back by the engine.
Yep. All right, Rodney coming through on lap number 5 here. We'll see his time as he head toward that pit area. See if he's going to make some moves, or if Jeremy Houle been ripping this race. We haven't had him on a lot of camera. We'll see if we can catch Jeremy here on the camera.
Yeah, I think
Coming up behind him, yeah.
coming up behind Rod, yeah.
Rod pulls in there. We're looking for Jeremy Houle. Is that Gage, I believe? Yep. He's going to come towards the Yamaha rollers and see how he does here for his. Or he's already gone through. I take that back. He's gone through 12:02. Gage there. Someone put down here, Monster Alley. We got the track cam. Just kind of, he's taking it easy. Whoever that is, I think that is Zeiler, I believe. Let's see here.
99. That's Kylar
Oh, okay.
Holcomb. That's who was having problems.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And Zeiler and Gustin all having issues out there, so.
Yeah, going real slow through that.
Yeah, a lot of guys are. Survival of the fittest here at Texplex Park. This is the Pro Stock Final presented by Yamaha, and the winner of the championship is going to take home a YXZ 1000. And right now it looks like Rodney VanEperen. What has Scott WASZ done? Let's check him out. He's back in 8th. There's Rodney coming across. Another fine lap, 10:38. So what Jeremy does here is going to be pretty important with, I think it was, did I see a white flag or no? See it there? Yep, I think the white flag is waving. So see what Jeremy does. Jeremy should be coming by here, I think.
Yeah.
And he comes across with a 10:44. So this is getting tight, guys.
Yeah, who else to pick yet?
Ooh, this is gonna be close.
So Houle's got a 1 minute mandatory stop.
Sure.
And they're only 1:03 apart.
Correct.
So it's going to come down to
go. It's going to be good. Holcomb throttle cable snapped after the second lap. So that 54, that's Jeremy Houle here on the screen, and he's gonna pit that last final lap. That's a little different, huh? A little different strategy there. Haven't seen a lot of that on that final lap. What do you think of that?
That's a little different. I mean, obviously he had enough fuel to make it the whole way.
Sure.
Maybe he was just saving it in case he had problems along the way, and now he's to the point where he has to take it.
No other choice, right?
No other choice. Rod took it a little early in the race, as many people typically do, about halfway.
Right. It seems like most apps, so. All right. What do we got? Someone cruising through. This should be the final lap here, our Pro Stock final presented by Yamaha. Coming down between VanEperen, Jeremy Houle, Scott WASZ, all for the title. I don't think Scott's had a rough one out there, and he came by. Has not come by through on lap number 5 yet. We're still waiting for that. Zakowski got the red on, so something happened to Zach out there. We haven't talked about him for a couple minutes now. Something happened with Zach. He has not even crossed for lap 5 either. Zeiler, Gustin, Kylar Holcomb all having issues. All right, so our final lap here, and it looks like coming down that final time through the Monster Alley. Well, Luke, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and joining us here in the booth, and good time at Texplex Park. Oh,
yeah, for sure. No problem.
Oh, we got on 2. That was tight. That was real close there. But yeah, like I said, thanks for joining us. We'll get a beer tonight at the banquet, and good luck with everything.
Appreciate you having me. And
you got it anytime. So that's Luke Stubbs, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for that. As our final lap, we'll switch out. We'll also get Jake back in here for that final lap and see what's going on. Someone else pulling into the pits here. Our final lap here, Pro Stock main event presented by Yamaha. You're watching the times here. Houle, VanEperen, Zakowski out of it in the red. And welcome back, Jake Kosmecki, to the booth. And what have you, I know you've been watching this race. What have you seen?
I've been watching Rodney close up the time after his little mistake.
Yeah,
and
we all have, yeah.
Jeremy Houle's got a pit yet, so it's going to be close.
I think so. All right, so let's get the cameras on Jeremy and see what goes on here as he's coming through. Could be over here. There he is.
That's Jeremy coming around.
Yep. Through the Yamaha rollers once, and we'll see on his time. This is going to be it, guys. See how close he is to Rodney. All right, you ready? What are you thinking?
Right now.
What are you thinking?
Jeremy's sitting in 4th right now, so he's doing pretty good.
Oh, Jeremy Walls, yeah, you're right. So he is 12:05 on that one.
Jeremy Houle.
10:44. He's got, what has he got? He's got about About a minute. Yep, still, it's going to be close.
Rodney has to win this race too, to win the championship, because Scott can throw this race out and still win. So Rodney's got to win if he wants to win the championship. So he's got to push hard right now.
You know he is too. We got to find him. Should kind of maybe be coming. We'll go back to Monster Alley or one of those cameras back there and see. Rodney should kind of be coming back towards us. It's been a few minutes since we've seen him. In that 45 car YXZ 1000.
Jeremy again. Jeremy Wallis. 614. Thomas Blayton's in the pits right now.
All right.
Gage right
Yeah,
here.
Gage Hughes coming through. Been pretty consistent. Gonna end up pretty good here with some of these
Misfortunes.
exactly misfortunes, DNFs. He's gonna move up through the ranks. He's just kind of cruising around doing his thing. And
I saw Rodney coming to the shot.
did you? Okay.
Back,
Let's see if
I
we can
think.
find him here. 'Cause that's definitely who we're watching. They head towards Monster Alley. We'll just leave the camera there and we'll see Gage come through, and then Rodney should be following him, like Jake said.
He was
should
a
be
little
coming
ways
up
back,
next.
though.
Was he that far? Okay.
Gage taking a little shortcut, looking consistent.
You like that little.
Yeah.
Look at this though. Watch how rough.
This
Yeah,
turn right
this
here
one,
is
right.
oh. Yeah.
Huh, he
That-
went
that one's rough.
inside a little bit because some of those guys were tilted straight up and down. All right, so let's look. Rodney should be at that Monster Alley area next. Gage comes towards us and heads towards the pit area.
Yep, Rodney's
There we
coming
go.
back. Took that little shortcut.
There you go. All right. This is the one that counts. We'll see.
He just needs to make sure he doesn't speed.
Through the pits. Good call. Good call. Looks so consistent, doesn't he? Through
Yeah.
these same sections that he's been doing earlier.
He's got his dad on the radio, Tom. Tom's knowledgeable, so I'm sure he'll tell Rod, don't speed, because Jeremy's got a pit yet, but don't like give up a lot of time.
And,
So
and even if he forgot about it, they're watching us on the feed, so maybe you might have reminded him right there.
Yeah.
We'll see. I see a lot of these guys back in their pits with the TVs on and watching us on the feed as well, getting some of their information and watching the race. So, all right, Rodney heading towards the pits. We'll see what happens here. Slow her down.
Whew.
Yeah, entered a little hot, didn't he? All right, and Jeremy should be coming up, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Split screen as Rodney goes through the pits. He should be coming at us, and we're still looking for Jeremy
might be
Houle.
coming into the pits soon. I don't know.
No, we would see him yet over here, I think. At Gage.
Leaving, yeah. He'll come take the white flag. Just gonna send it. There
And
goes
Rodney.
Rodney.
All right, this is the one we're going to keep an eye on. So we'll see Gage come through, but we're going to focus on Rodney here as he just came out.
Here comes Houle in for his pit. This is gonna be important.
There
They
you
gotta
go.
make
There's
sure.
Houle on our split screen.
Gotta make sure they don't make any mistakes in this pit.
Gage just came through.
Oh.
All right, so let's focus on Rodney. Final time through.
He needs to drive this section good and hard if he wants a chance.
The rollers and the pit cam is Jeremy Houle there. This is the battle, guys. Nice inside line, powers through.
Gonna be close.
Checkered flag. Rodney VanEperen.
10:32. Laid down his hot lap right there.
The fastest
Did it when he
lap
counts.
of the day. 10:32. Good call. He's just gonna sit back and wait.
It's gonna be close.
He's just gonna sit there and wait and see. Jeremy trying to leave the pits. Hopefully he doesn't ride over that
Owen.
pit. Was that Owen there?
Yeah.
Makes sense. 45.
There's Gage again. Looking smooth and consistent.
All right, what's going on with, well, that's his minute pit stop. So do these guys all have stopwatches there? Is that what they're,
56, 58. Minute now I can go.
and he's off.
Minute 02. Gotta be close. Here he comes out of the pits.
All right, he's on it. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Can Jeremy Houle pull it off, or is Rodney going to do it with that fastest lap? And you don't want to oversend it in this section either, do you?
No, we had a car yesterday, C-Pod, the sportsman driver. He bottomed out. He hit the frame on that jump yesterday.
Little mistake there. Little
Yeah,
mistake
it's gonna
entering
cost
the
him.
Yamaha rollers. He might be overdriving it. I don't know. We'll see. Into this corner,
gonna
the
be
final
close.
left-hander to the Yamaha, or excuse me, the Toyota Tundra tabletop, and across the line, 11:34.
He got it. 1 second.
1 second at the finish.
That's close.
8/10 is what we actually official. It is Jeremy Houle with a 105.18.5. And Rodney VanEperen, a 105.19.435. Interesting, crazy. And Houle pulled it off. And like you said, he was driving very well early in this race, some of those laps. Someone else is headed towards.
Comes Scott.
Is that WASZ? No. Towards Monster Alley?
Scott or Blake, one of the two. Scott.
There you go. And Scott coming through this section as well. Let's see what he's going to pull off. So currently he's in 5th. See his overall time. He should be in the running for this thing. Who else is in it right now? Jeremy Wallis having a good ride, and Thomas Blanton, Blake Enloe, Gage Hughes all in it. They're all going to move up a little bit as well.
Rodney lost the championship by 9/10. It's close.
How about an hour, a race over an hour and 8/9 of a second at the finish? Isn't that crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Wait for the rest of our competitors to come through. This is the Pro Stock Final presented by Yamaha. Designers, engineers, and manufacturers of ATV and side-by-side vehicles in the real world. Realize your adventure, no matter what it may be. Our side-by-sides and ATVs proudly built in the USA at Noonan, Georgia. Built real world tough. Boasting the durability, reliability, and quality that you have come to expect from Yamaha. And the winner of this championship is going to take home a YXC 1000 as WASZ cruises through the pits here.
Jeremy. Did we ever mention that Zakowski's out?
I did when you were on your break there. But yeah, any idea? He just kind of disappeared from the screen. Did you see anything, hear anything on Zakowski?
No. Might have blown something up or something,
Sure.
broke apart. Never know.
This final, let's keep an eye on WASZ here. This final couple turns through the Yamaha rollers, and he had some mistakes through that event. He actually got out and pulled off to the side, and we're going to talk to him a little bit here in a minute and see what happened. But Scott WASZ coming around one more corner. The Toyota Tundra tabletop here in front of us. With the checkers, he gets a 11:16, and his final time of a 1 hour 9 minutes puts him in 4th. We're still waiting for Jeremy Walls to come through. So currently 4th for Scott WASZ, but that should be enough, I would believe.
Here's Thomas Blayton in the shot. He's running a good race. 5th.
He is, isn't he? And he's been pretty quiet. We haven't talked a lot about him. Kind of focusing on some of the other guys, but playing the 959 YXZ coming through here.
Enloe a little ways behind him.
Kevin says, what happened to Zach? We don't know yet. We're going to try to find out. Aaron Houle says, good to watch. Way to finish. Yeah, that was a good one for sure. Nice run. Rodney says, Power Sport 1 is guys back home. All right, through Monster Alley one more time. BLANTON. SXS track cam.
Jeremy coming around for the finish. He should take a 3rd here, I think. If Scott didn't take it from him, he should have 3rd. Yep.
There you go. 11:03 that lap, a 1:07. So our official top 4.
Here comes Blake into Monster Alley.
For the race, it's Jeremy Houle, Rodney VanEperen, and Jeremy Wallis with 3rd. Scott WASZ going to come home 4th. And now we got to just wait for our final points tallies.
Some little insight about the track. We got a couple tires laying around out there, so if you hit those at full speed, you might break something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Luke was talking about some of those big tires that are corner markers and stuff like that, so you definitely don't want to clip one of those.
Blake Enloe, 98.
Watch him finish up. We'll slowly make our way to the podium. Coming up next, guys, will be at 2:30. Will be our Texplex GP class, kind of for some of the local guys that didn't want to race the series, and anyone really. I know one of the co-owners here, Billy Champion's going to race in the Texplex GP class coming up here in a little bit, but we'll do some podium stuff here for our pro stock finals. Before that Texplex GP class comes up, make sure the rest of our drivers finish this up.
Comes Thomas.
Yeah, pins it out of there. Let's see what he ends up.
You watch, he's gonna hit this jump hard. Oh, no, that's actually surprises me. He usually hits all the jumps wide open. Good run by Thomas. Should wrap up a 5th, maybe a 6th. Blake can throw some down, but I don't think he can. I don't think it's
Takes
close
it all
enough.
the way through the finish. Finishes up, and he got 5th in that one with 11:36 was that lap, and a 1 hour 11 minutes 16. So he should end up, unless Blake does something crazy here, he should end up 5th overall.
Got Blake Gustin right before Gage.
Gage
Going
Hughes,
a little
yeah.
slow. See if he can limp it back around for the finish.
Let these two finish up, and then we'll head over to our podium wall. Jake, thank you for everything today. You've been great in the booth, and we appreciate it. And a little bad luck on the track for you today, but
Yeah.
you made it up in the studio, huh? You have fun in here?
Yeah, it's blast.
It's good. You're good at it too, man. You're good. You know your stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Try
It's
to.
always. I hear you. I hear you. It's always fun when you know what you're, your sport and what you're talking about. Just makes it easier and brings the fans a lot of info that even I don't know. I've done all 3 of these races and events, and you're throwing stuff out there that teaching me stuff too. So I appreciate it. Here comes Gage through the Monster Alley one last time and through the single track section. Back to our chat board. Yeah, we're going to try to find out what happened to Zach. I don't know. He was running good there early, so let's see if we can find that out when we head down to the podium here in a moment. If he's over there or not. A lot of these guys, Blake Gustin broke down, Zakowski, Zeiler. We saw Zeiler a couple times. Into the car, out of the car. Kylar Holcomb he kind of disappeared as well, so
My guess would be Zeiler overheated because he ran the race before, so.
Ah, good call. Sure. Too much, maybe, huh?
That's actually what happened. Kyle Cheney, his fans quit working, so
Okay.
he overheated.
Gotcha. So coming through from Texplex Park here in Midlothian, Texas, just south of Dallas. And this is our Pro Stock final. Just waiting for the last 2 cars to come through. Coming up next will be our Texplex GP class, kind of an open class for some of our amateurs, opens, and pros in the the local guys that want to just race. Little different rules, set of rules and stuff like that coming up for them, but we will cover it here on the live feed. Something going on there, huh?
Yeah, Blake's just gonna try to
cruise it in, right? Should probably only just have one guy left, really. Gage Hughes is going to wait for him to come through, and then we'll head on down. So yeah, once again, thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. And
thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. It's been a great time in here, and you've done a great job. Here comes Gage Hughes for the final little part of the stadium track, short course. We'll see what he ends up. He's on it right now too, isn't he?
Yeah. Gotta go for it all at the end.
You do. Pass anyone? I guess it could maybe. It's gonna be tough to pass Blake, unlikely. Through the rollers one more time. And towards our Toyota. We'll call it the Toyota Tacoma turn this time. Gage Hughes finishing up, final checker flag there for our Pro Stock. He ends up with a 12:36 on that one, and 7th overall with a 1:13:04. You guys see the results on the left. It's Jeremy Houle with the win, and look at the difference over Rodney VanEperen, 0.8 of a second. And Rodney VanEperen second in that one. Jeremy Wallis third. Great ride, Jeremy, huh? Yeah. Scott WASZ 4th with the issues he had. And Thomas Blake Enloe 6th, and Gage Hughes 7th. So that'll do it for Pro Mod, or Pro Stock. We'll head on down to the podium. Once again, thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. You've been great. And we'll see you tonight at the banquet, my friend.
Yep, see you there.
You got it, buddy. And I will head on down to the podium, guys, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.